What's up, teammates? What a happy day. We got Norv Turner. Experience. I love experience. And so does everybody else. And we got some. What we also get with this duo, which is something that I think I'm really happy about, is that we get the legacy aspect of it. Norv and his son coming into the offense and coordinating. That's incredible. That I think should just naturally, just the fact that Norv Turner is in the building is going to make our offense better. The fact that Scott and Norv get together and start calling plays basically together. Legacy, man. Scott has been doing this for a long time. I don't know how good or how bad he is or why he's not a head offensive coordinator somewhere else already. But with that type of legacy, I don't see him being bad at what he does. I see him at least knowing when we're on the goal line, if we're going to run, don't run it out of shotgun for single back formation. I think he'll know at least that part. So we'll have somebody who, I mean, I'm sure people are going to complain that Norv Turner is kind of old school technically, and his offense may be old school, but you know, a 10-yard pass play in 85 is a 10-yard pass play currently. And if it works, it works. It doesn't matter how well it looks or how modern it is, as long as it beats the defense. And we're going to get an offense that we know works. You're going to get an offense coordinator that we know is good at his job. I mean, at least. Norv Turner's not necessarily going to be calling the plays, but someone who's great in the ear of someone who at least is good, or else he wouldn't have the gig. That combination is going to be extremely helpful for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I think we're going to win a couple of games because of this. Because we're going to give up on Minshew, Mr. Turnover, and we're going to get the play calling of the clown, not the clown, but Getsy. I don't know why I came up with clown instead of Getsy, but anyway, him. We're getting him out of there. We're getting Minshew out of there. We're getting a new quarterback. We'll end up getting Aiden back, and then we'll get a brand new, well-trained offensive mind as our offensive coordinator. With something like that, I don't see how we don't improve. I also don't see why he wasn't there in the first place if he has this type of legacy. But whatever. I mean, they were comfortable with bringing in coaches from the past anyway. They were comfortable with bringing in legacy coaches. They had that idea going inside the building. I'm not quite sure why they even went the direction of trying to go with Getsy when they knew they had somebody who was experienced more than 1 year, at least, not necessarily as an offensive coordinator, but as a person of football in Scott Turner. I mean, okay, he hasn't been an offensive coordinator, but I bet you if he's played in your man's, you're calling your plays on Madden, you probably win. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're good at the sticks or not, as long as you got somebody who know what to call on the plays, I'm sure he's good at that. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing it his whole damn life, so he can come in and at least understand that to the further end. And Norv Turner, as an offensive coordinator, getting together with Antonio Pierce, I think is going to help us with clock management. I think clock management is actually a big deal. Not a huge deal because we haven't been scoring, but there are times where if we had been more, if we had relegated our timeouts better, we would have had more time on the clock to potentially score. Now, the potential of us scoring has been small. Really, more time on the clock is really more potential for us to turn the damn ball over. You got the TO machine back there. But if we can get that type of things fixed, I mean, there's more and more chefs in the kitchen. True that. But as long as the kitchen's organized and each chef is doing their own, topping, right? You do pepperonis and you do mushrooms and everybody does their own thing and don't step on each other's toes. Let's just spread around this pizza we call a football team and see if it's tasty. And I think it should be. I think legacy means a whole lot. And I think with that comes his chance for Scott Turner to be the offensive coordinator next year. And with this, we get to do an actual hands-on tryout. Whereas Getsky was just kind of guessing, like, was it Getsky or was it Fields? So we got that answer, and it definitely was more Getsky than Fields, and we got that out of here. So we'll see what Scott can do. We'll see what Norv can do, working with his son in the building. I mean, we're talking about a guy who won Super Bowls with his offensive planning. He's got to have some good stories to tell his son, and he's got to have been there and done that and got the t-shirt. So with that type of experience, the legacy upon that, coming into our offense and being to be able to work with, a quarterback like Desmond Ridder fresh, and being able to work with Aiden as far as getting the game plan down and understanding how they're going to start calling plays and probably even making sense. Ooh, hopefully. I mean, how could it not though, right? How could Scott F this up with Norv in his ear? Like, he doesn't have to call every play, but just Norv being there after each game is gonna be more than Getsky had. So the legacy is so important. So we should improve. We should have some better looking games. Can we win now? I don't know. But I'm excited about the game again. See? I want to see what Ridder's going to do. What if he pulls off a game or two, Let's say he pulls off the first game just because everybody's hyped that Getsky's on, and then somehow Aiden's still out for another 2 games, and maybe Ridder pulls off another one, something crazy or something. Maybe Ridder could pull off a game or so. If he plays 3 or 4 games, maybe he can pull off a couple of them. And then we'll bring back in Aiden because Aiden's better than Desmond Ridder. Aiden's better than a lot of damn quarterbacks, but we'll talk about it later on a different situation. But for now, Raiders got a new offensive coordinator, and it looks like Smilesville from my angle. So Scott Turner, step on up. And the silver lining of that is we got legacy in the building, and legacy always helps, and it helps more than people think, in my opinion. So let's live on the legacy. Let's see if we can get some wins. And if you don't win, you should always remember that we can't win them all, right? Clouds get dark, but when you're looking for the bright side, you run towards the silver lining. Guru out.